What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I am Rhythmic, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 drop spots for Chapter 2 Season 5. Obviously, with the drop of Chapter 2 Season 5, all of our arena points got reset, and so I'm going to show you guys the best drop spots for this season and help you guys out on how you should play at each drop spot. So let's get straight into the video. Alright, everybody, so the first drop spot on this list is going to be Dirty Docks. I've been landing here for solos and duos, and I think it's a pretty good spot. Has a good amount of chest spawns if you land at this back building. And also, there is an NPC whose name is Reese that spawns right here and will allow you to get bounties and allow you to buy weapons, stuff like that, to help you out throughout your arena game. Alright, so one beneficial part about this drop spot is that you get the ability to fish, and fishing is key in arena, especially when you get some stacked end games. You can easily get floppers, and there's another NPC that spawns right here who's Brutus, and he will allow you to upgrade your weapons if you do have enough gold in game. The one downside about this drop spot is that a lot of times, because of where it is placed on the map, it is very difficult to pull zone. And when you don't, it's usually pretty far, so you're going to have to make sure that you fish a lot. So it kind of balances out with the fishing. Alright, so our second drop spot on this list is going to be a more low-key, passive spot for those people who aren't the best early game fighters. And this spot is the one and only Hydro 16. Now, because of where it is placed on the map, I usually would not land here, but because of what happened when Season 5 dropped, I think it is probably one of the best places to land now. So essentially, when you land, there are a good amount of chest spawns, you get good metal, wood, and brick, and you have the biggest upside of probably any other drop spot on this map, because there's an NPC right here. His name is Ruckus, and he will drop a gold heavy AR and a purple rocket launcher. It's very beneficial when you're in end games. That rocket launcher will really come handy. One huge downside about this drop is that you pretty much automatically have low ground for everybody that is in Misty Meadows, and you have a lot of rotators from Slurpy Swamp and possibly Flush Factory. You usually will not pull zone here since it is in the lower left hand corner of the map, so you're always going to have to rotate, meaning that you might run into other people throughout the map, maybe with better loot than you, so you just got to be careful where you are. Again, another huge upside about this drop spot is that yes, you can fish a little bit, but you can't fish too much. But usually there will be 1 or 2 fishing holes here, meaning that you should be able to get a couple floppers, a couple surffish, something like that throughout when you drop here. Another problem about this spot is that there isn't an insane amount of loot here, so you're usually probably going to have to rotate into another spot that is unlooted, or try to avoid as many fights as possible so you can get your full loadout before you pick any fights with any other players. So now that we have this spot down, let's get on to the third drop spot. Alright, so the third drop spot on this list is going to be Sweaty Sands. So this was actually a pretty popular drop spot, so this is going to be more for the aggressive early game fighters. Pick up a couple kills early game, then play for end game. There isn't a great amount of loot, especially for a solo. You're going to get full shield no matter what, and you'll get quite a few kills because this spot has gotten very popular over the last couple of seasons. Again, you do get fishing, the ability to fish when you land here, which is very crucial because you're usually going to get 5 or 6 fishing holes here since the area and the water is so big. Another great upside about this drop is that there are actually quite a few people that live in Coral Castle. I don't know why. I don't know really what's going through their mind, but some people do live in Coral Castle for Arena. And usually those people are going to have to rotate out sooner than later, and that will usually give you another couple of kills. As I said, fishing was very crucial for Arena because it will give you instant health back in a fight, meaning practically a second when you start taking the fish, you will automatically get 15 to 50 health back instantly. It's very good in Arena because there are a lot of times where maybe you're in a fight and then you get beamed by another player, and it is very helpful when you have some fish to chow down on to get your health back. Probably the only downside about this drop spot is that you're pretty much surrounded by very popular drops such as Holly Hedges, Salty Towers, and Pleasant Park. So you're gonna have to be very careful when you're rotating so you don't get caught in any huge fights with any other players. Now, if you are a pretty aggressive player and you are very skilled, this might not be that much of a problem for you, but if it is, I would be very careful landing here. Alright, so our fourth drop spot on this list is going to be none other than Cracky Cliffs. This is very similar to Sweaty Sands. You get fishing, you have the ability to get a couple kills out in the early game, and you also are able to rotate pretty easily due to the fact that Stark was removed. Now, the only thing I'd be careful of here is that there are actually quite a few people that land here still, and it's not very large, and usually the players that land here are also pretty skilled just as you. So, you must be careful of where they drop, because they're very easy to run into while you're looting. Alright, so our fifth and final drop spot is going to be none other than Logjam Woodworks. This spot it's not really popularized until season 3 of chapter 2 because of the loot. You get max wood easier than any other spot on the map here, and now that the Greasy Grove restaurant is here, you're gonna get practically double the loot, and it is very crucial when you land at a drop spot to get enough loot for an entire game. Again, probably the only downside about this spot is, again, you're going to have to rotate into bigger spots such as Slurpy Swamp, Holly Hedges, Hunter's Haven, and Salty Towers. And again, this spot does not have fishing capabilities like all the other spots on the list. So I would be very careful in here. This would probably have to be like a last resort type thing, just because of the capabilities that it gives. And yes, I said it earlier, you can easily get max wood here in Arena because of all of the pallets, and usually you can get max brick also because of these walls. So make sure you harvest the brick, because a lot of people that land here don't actually think about how much brick this actually gives you. With that, I'm gonna end it off there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys do want a list with more passive spots, please comment down below. I know that I put a lot of aggressive spots in this video. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, give me to 1,000 subscribers. And I'll see you guys in the next video.